everyone, and welcome back to the Red Brick House. Today I'm sharing with you how I make my pop-up cards, like this one right here. Ta-da! I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of a little 3D image in there. And I think making cards by hand are a wonderful way to show gratitude and thankfulness for the ones we love. And I'm going to show you how I made this today. First, I want to talk about supplies to make this cute little card here, or one similar to it. So what I'm using is cardstock. It's just plain white cardstock here. And then I'm using this, it's colored printer paper. So it's kind of thin, as you can see, it's kind of thin like, you know, tight like printer paper. And it just came in a pack with multiple colors. So today I'm using yellow. And then I just have some scraps of leftover cardstock I've used from another time, because these will come in handy because I can draw my little thing on this. So I always keep these on hand. And then you'll need some kind of glue. You could use school glue if you wanted to, or I like to use the glue stick because it dries faster and you don't run the risk of it kind of dimpling your paper like this might do. So I have that. And then I'm also using these Papermate Flair pens. So I just have a pack of colors here that I like to use. And you can use anything for this. You could use pencils, you could use colored pencils, you could use watercolors. You can do anything. You can paint this. You don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it, but I'm just showing you how I'm going to do it today. Now, if you were going to use watercolors or a paint, I would try maybe a different kind of paper. You might want to use a watercolor paper or a mixed medium art paper, or something a little different, because watercolor on cardstock, I've experienced, can wrinkle your paper a little bit. Okay, so I think that's all we need. Always scissors. Also scissors. That's important. And so I think that's it. So we're going to get started. So what you want to do is you want to cut your cardstock in half. And you'll use half a sheet. I'm just going to eyeball it. You could fold it if you wanted to and get a crease. But I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. That's about the size that I'm using. Like I said, this is really subjective. You could use really any size you want, depending on how big you want your card to be. So I'm going to take a piece of that. And I'm going to fold it over. Now, I cut here on this edge right here, and it is a little off. It's not completely straight, but this line is straight. So I'm going to line my corners up on that edge right there. And you can see how this was not straight. So then all you have to do to fix that is just to get your scissors, and you're just going to start at the point where you didn't go straight. And then this time, try to keep it straight. And it might not be perfect, but it's going to look a lot straighter that way than it would have before. And, you know, sometimes, there we go. Sometimes it takes more than one try to get it as straight as you want it to be, to where you're happy with it. Okay, now here is where we're going to cut a little slit right here in the middle of your card. So, like I said, I'm just going to eyeball it. I'll probably put my thumb here. That way I can kind of judge where I want to cut it, so that they're pretty much in the middle. I'm cutting it about 1 inch apart, and I'm cutting about 1/2 inch up from here, from the corner, into my paper right here. Can you see that? I'm cutting it from here up to here, and I'm going to do the same side, kind of here where my thumb is. You want to try to center it. It doesn't have to be exact. So here you can see this little flap here, and we're just going to push it up a little bit like that. Not crease it, but we're just going to push it up a little bit like that. Then we're going to take our card here and we're going to open it up, and with our fingers we're going to push that part through, kind of put our thumbs behind it like that, and then try to bend your card forward, and you can see where that crease comes through to the other side, where that little line kind of comes in. And then if you want to, you can just press it closed like that. And then your card will kind of look like this. It'll have that notch cut out of it like that. So that when you open it, this is where you're going to put your little pop-up thing. Okay? Now we're going to take that and we're going to glue it down to our printer paper here. So I'm just going to line it up where I want it in the corner, like that. And you could either glue it down first, or you can hold it really tightly and kind of cut around it. It's up to you. I've done it both ways. It doesn't really matter. Like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue it down. I'm going to use my child's glue stick here and make sure that you're getting it in the corners. If you want to, you can put a piece of your scrap paper here and you can put the card on top of it like that when you're going over your corners. That way it doesn't get on your table surface. So just like that. So that way you know that you got all the way to your corners so that they stick really well. You don't want to put glue on your little pop-up area because you really don't need it, because you want it to pop out. So I'm trying to work quickly because, you know, glue sticks dry fast. That's the downside of working with a glue stick. You always feel like it's already drying on you before you can get it glued down. So I'm just going to line that up on my paper. Hopefully, yep, that looks good. And just press it down with your hand. Pressing into those corners. Make sure it really sticks good. There we go. Now you can see our little pop-up right there. Now what I like to do is I just kind of gently fold it together. Straighten it up a little bit. You might want to crease this paper. And there we go. Now we have our little pop-up area. Isn't that cute? Okay. So now is the really fun decorative part. Now you can kind of do it whatever you like to do. Like I said, you don't have to do the way that I'm doing it. You could draw directly on this yellow paper that I have here on the back of your, well, it'll be the front of your card, but you could draw directly on here if you wanted to. Or you can make a little, you know, I don't know what you call it. You could make something else to stick on the front, like I did here. I think I like this method better, and I think I'm going to do that today. So we're just going to put our card to the side while it's kind of drying. There. And, well, actually, we kind of need it. If you're going to cut one of these out, you kind of need to judge about how much paper you need. So take some of your scraps that you've already cut from the other half of your paper, from your cardstock. And I just kind of cut it in a square until I can kind of see where I want it on here. So to me, that looks pretty good. Then I'm just going to come across here and just cut across. Uh-oh. Without moving it, preferably. It's kind of tricky to do sometimes. Okay. So just kind of like that. Now mine's a little off, so I'm just gonna take it off of there and I'm gonna straighten up my edges a little bit. Sometimes I like to do a decorative cut on the sides. One time I rounded the corners here, like right here. You can see how I just kind of cut these at a slant. You could do that. If you had pinking shears, you could do that, or some of those other decorative scissors that you can use to cut things. That would be pretty. I'm just gonna leave it plain today. And I'm gonna put this on here. Like that. And then I think I'm gonna draw first and then I'll glue it on. So we will put that aside now. And I'm gonna use my pens over here. Like I said, you can use whatever you want, pencils, watercolors, it doesn't matter. It's your creative process. So it's really just whatever you would like to use and whatever you want to draw. So here we go. Today I'm gonna try to draw a sunflower. I'm not the best artist, so I'm not really sure how it's gonna go. But I want this to be my center. It might not be any specific flower. It might just be whatever flower comes out. Maybe more like a chrysanthemum. I am doing it yellow, so it won't really look like a daisy, I don't think. So I think daisies are usually white. But I'm just doing my best to draw something cute. You don't have to draw anything. You could just print out something. You could find a photograph of your family and print it out. You could do anything. It's just what's fun about this, to me, is that it's such just a great creative outlet. And it's kind of a mindfulness because, you know, while you're doing these things, you can be thinking about the person you're going to give it to. And how much joy they're going to get out of this when they open it. So, there we go. I think that looks good. Now, I'm trying to decide how I want to do the color. I think I'm just going to do just kind of some veins. I'm not going to fill it in all the way. A little bit more around the edges. And you know, if you don't like something, you can change it up, paint over it if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to. Like, I don't really like how that's looking, but we'll see. It might look better if I just do lines out like that. Yep, I like that better. So okay. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit darker, kind of an orangey color. And I'm just going to put something in there like that. Just a few lines here. In the middle. always when you're drawing or doing something like this, just always do what you think like would look good to you. Because whoever gives this to you is going to be, they're going to be happy that you thought of them to send them something. And so they're not going to be critiquing your work. I'm going to outline some of these petals very lightly. There we go. Okay, now I'm tempted to add a little bit of this color to the edges so that kind of how I made this a little bit darker. I'm not sure how that will look, but I'm trying to kind of blend that in. Let's see. Just kind of like that. That way, that first one I did, I kind of didn't like how I did it. So that's how I'm going to kind of blend it in with the rest of them to kind of make it look like it was on purpose. Remember what Bob Ross used to say, it's just a happy accident. Whenever you mess up something, you can just go with it. Make it into something else. And sometimes you don't know how it's going to look either, and you just kind of have to be brave, you know, and just do it. There we go. I kind of like that. Okay, now I'm going to do something in the middle. I think I'm going to go back to my lighter color, and I just want to kind of put some dots in here. I love these Papermate Flair pens. I want more of them. I bought this first set really for my homeschool journal that I keep where I do my lesson plans and everything. But really, I like these for all kinds of art activities. I think they're really quite fun. Now I kind of want to make this stand out a little bit. So I'm going to roughly kind of draw a little circle around here, just ever so lightly. I don't want it to stand out too much. But there we go. I love that. Now, should I add on leaves? I don't really have a green in this color scheme here, except for I have this color, which I think would be kind of cute. Mine might turn out to be more like a fantasy flower. Or I could put a stem down here and do something like that too. That might be what I do. I think if I had a different color, I might want to do it differently. So I've got to decide if I want that to be my right side up, or if I want it to be like this. I'm trying to think of where I could put my stem. I could put it here or here. I was thinking there, but that looks a little crooked to me. So, I mean, I could make it going this way. You know what? I'll do that. I'm going to make it coming out of here, kind of curving to the side like that. And then I'm just going to kind of decorate that. Just going to kind of fill it in a little bit. like that. There we go. Ever so carefully. We could cross hatch it like that. I like that better. Okay. I do wish I had a little bit darker of a color, but that's okay. There we go. Just like that. And I think I'm gonna leave it just like that. I didn't leave a lot of room for words on here, so I could write on top of my flower, but I really don't want to. So I might just leave it blank. But I could put hello or something like that. I like to do that a lot of times, or just because, but I think I'm just gonna leave it like that today. So now I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna glue it on right here. Just like that. I'm gonna work the same way I did last time. Take my strip of paper so I can get my corners really good. And I'm just gonna go along this paper. Turn it and go over the ends. At the same time, trying to work quickly. It's hard to work quickly on camera because you're worried about staying in frame. You're thinking about what you're gonna say and what you're doing. You're doing all of that at the same time. There we go. Okay. Now I think that looks really nice. Look how cute that is. I think it's adorable. Okay, so now for the inside. Get some glue on it there. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Now for the little pop-up part. So I'm just going to take a little scrap, and you can just kind of look and see where you want it. You know, kind of judge like where you want it on here and how big it's going to be. This one, I think I'm going to do a little bit bigger than I did last time. And I'm going to leave that. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another flower. Maybe turn it this way because mine's kind of a rectangle. I think I'm going to do like a flower in a vase. I think that's what I want to do. So I'm going to make kind of the same flower I did on the front. I could do multiple flowers, but I'm not good at doing multiple flowers. So I'm just going to kind of judge. I want my vase to be here, or my little jar that I'm going to draw to be there. And so I have about this much room to make a flower. So I'm going to come in the middle of that and do what I did before and do some little dots. Maybe make this one a little bit bigger. And then I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to draw around. I could do a different color. That's what I should do. I should do a different color. Maybe I'll do like a purple. Maybe I'll do like this color. Yeah, it looks kind of brown, but that's okay. I like drawing flowers like this. Oh, that would be cute too. If you had, you could just leave it like that. Let me bring it in closer. Like some of the petals have fallen off. You could do that. That'd be cute too. Okay. So there we have a cute little flower. trying to decide what I want to do in the middle. I might leave this one white. Might be what I do. I'm just making it a little darker. So I'm just going over top of it again. There we go. Okay. Now I think what I want to do is put a little, maybe this bright purple. I don't know how this is gonna look, but I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm just gonna put just a few little sprigs of something right here. Okay, like that. Then I'm gonna make it a little darker in the middle, like I did last time. Try to fill it in a little more. I'm not tapping hard because I don't want to damage the pen, the tip of the pen. So just kind of gently. And then I'm gonna kind of make this in kind of a circle. There. I like that. Okay. Yep, I think I'm just gonna leave it white. I think I'm just gonna bring the little stem down. And I like a curved stem, so I'm just gonna bring it down like that. Give it a little bit of color. Like that. Okay, and so now I'm gonna try to make it look like it's sitting right on the jar, but I'm not sure. So let's see. I want to make sure I come to that side. So just gonna do it like that. Very carefully. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of extra marker in the corners to give it some depth. And then I'm gonna bring it up like that. Then I'm gonna have one line going across, straight across, like that. And then I'm gonna put kind of some broken lines, like that. And then I'll do the top. I guess I need to go over my stem. There we go. There we go. I think it's cute. Okay, I made these lines up a little bit too far, but oh well. Now I want some color behind it. So I'm just gonna go around and kind of add some color all around the edges. We'll see how that looks. Okay, I'm not sure if I like this. I think it'll look better once it's cut out. So I'm gonna go in there, kind of give it, whoops, can I mess that up? Okay. And then maybe that'll kind of cover up this line that, because I drew my jar up a little too far. I think that disguises it a little bit. And then I'm going to go around the jar as well. This is such a relaxing thing to do. Okay. All right, so there we have it. I think that really makes that white flower pop there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut around it. First I'm going to cut like this, and then I'll decide if I'm going to cut all the white off, which I think I might. See, like that. Nope, I'm cutting it all off. I don't like that. So let's see how it looks. Like this. Okay, I like that better, but I think I'm going to follow it even more. And I think I'm going to cut out like this around these little petals. Maybe not all of them, but just around some of them. I'm going to have a lot of little papers to clean up once this is over. But I don't mind. Whoop, uh-oh. Getting out of control there. Okay. Now let me trim it up over here since I messed up. That did that. There we go. Let's curve that up a little bit. And there we go. I think it's cute. I'm happy with that. So now we're going to put this right here. I'm going to glue that little stem right there. Right on this part. Right here. So I don't want to mash this down. I'm going to put just a little glue on the back of my jar. Like that. So just like that. Then I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to put my finger behind there and really mash that on there like that. And there you have it. So let's watch. Ta-da! I love these. I think they're so cute. And then you can write or decorate the inside however you want to. That's totally up to you. But I hope you like this little tutorial of this card making. And let me know if you make any of your own cards. I would love to hear how you do it. So thanks for watching this video and joining me here on my channel. As always, like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. If you want to see more videos, I do all kinds of crafts from sewing, knitting, card making to anything. Anything that I try, I like to put it up here so that it gives you an idea and maybe a new idea that you would like to try. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.